Alright, we're back with our segment. This is still your host, Edmund Santiago. Kanina nakasama natin ang CEO ng CRJ Capital Partners. And this time, makakasama naman natin ang CEO ng RTN BCF na malalaman natin ano yung importance ng kanilang current partnership doon sa napag-usapan natin kanina with Sir David Noor. This time, it's an honor for me to introduce the CEO of RTN BCF, si Reynaldo Nolasco. Sir, magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Magandang umaga po, Edmund.
And welcome to our segment for this. Kanina, sir, no? We had a discussion about this big project coming up. And it's very interesting. Nakikita ko yung laki ng opportunity na mabibigay sa ating bansa. But before that, sir, would you mind to tell us what is RTN BCF all about muna?
Thank you. RTN BCF means it's my father's name, Romeo T. Nolasco, and BCF means business consulting firm. And it's a wholly owned subsidiary of our RTN group of companies.
Sir, Sir Rhea, ano yung importance ng partnership ng RTN at CRJ going to this project to make this project push through and be successful?
That's an excellent question. And I'm very honored and privileged that I've knew David Noor for about 7 or 8 years. And then this pandemic time, I look at my, I call it catalog of contacts, and there are only few. In fact, there's a handful of them. And with that, I keep on my mind, once the economy opens, I'm going to put this thing in the perspective of requirements for the Philippine economy to be more productive. So that's the reason why I keep on communicating with David for the longest time, even though we don't have any transactions, until such time when I found out the best approach, the best business, the best arrangement that I could master with my team, and then I invited David to be in the Philippines.
How long you been partnering with CRJ?
In terms of formality of a partnership, it will going to be, let's say, to start with. But in terms of informal partnership with myself and David, it's been 6, 7, or 8 years.
So basically, you said that RTN is more on a business consultation firm. How did you come up with this kind of business? Ano po yung nagtulak sa inyo? Or ano po ba yung, kumbaga syempre, before putting up any kind of business or any kind of services, syempre meron tayong naging inspiration yan. What is the inspiration ninyo? Especially, RTN is the name of your father. Kailan po ba nagsimula to at yun nga, ano yung naging inspirasyon nyo putting up this firm?
Oh boy, I like that question very much. It all started when my dad created a company way back 1960s. It's called a Kalesa way back then. And I grew up in a business environment. We never talk anything but business.
Wow.
That's our environment. That's our daily living. It's in our DNA.
It's his daily practice.
Correct.
Nakagis na araw-araw ang
Exactly.
ginagawa.
We are not being required to be in the business. We are not required or imposed to be in the business. But because of the environment itself, we began to inculcate in our mind early on that business is our future. And then this is the best thing. The reason why I created the RTN BCF, because I found out there's a lot of potential from a company but never meet the requirements of the investors. So way back 17, 18 years ago, I created my own company to be able to address our group of companies, only for exclusive for the family business. And this what happened. It fell short.
Oh.
Yep, that's the story. Your family, your friends, you're not going to believe what you're going to do until such time they keep on failing. And failing and failing and failing. That's the only opportunity they're going to knock and knock and knock, and then they're going to realize, oh, there's something within this consulting firm. And the best part of it, during the pandemic time, I gathered a lot of team that is so so amazing. They are talented. They are energetic, and they're expert in their field. Believe me, my friend, I never had this kind of team until such time the pandemic time. So it's
Oh,
that's also a good thing, by the way.
wow.
Yeah, because a lot of people doesn't do anything much more in the workplace. So
And
a lot of
marami
online.
ang nawalan ng trabaho,
Correct.
maraming kumpanya ang nagsara.
Yes.
So, sir, actually, I asked this a while ago to Sir David, ano? We've been hit by pandemic globally. Hindi lang ang Pilipinas ang napektuhan, lahat. Ang bawat isa, every single Filipino, like 80 to 90% talagang apektado. Lahat. Uh, so, how do you cope up with this? Papaano na natili tuloy-tuloy yung company? Then, are you ready with this project to push through? Kasi tinanong ko sa kanina na, ready na ba tayo? Ready na ba ang Pilipinas? O ready na ang economy for this?
Excellent. It all started even before the pandemic time. We already prepared for this for my family business. And then when the pandemic times, a friend of mine called me up. He asked me, "What's going on, bro?" And then I told him, "You also been affected." But because we already created the company way back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, so we able to sustain in those times of the trying times rather. So meaning talagang hindi mo masabi kung saan pwede kang magkaroon ng problema until na meron kang magiging unexpected na ito na pala sa harapan mo, no? So that's my entrepreneurship side. I really show to my friend and become a lot of friends and a lot of associates. Right now, we are about 240 plus group of individuals and business people joining together for one purpose, to be able to excel in a business that we're good at.
Uh, Napag-usapan natin, sir, no? RTN, BCF, kayo yung naatasan. Kumbaga kayo yung partner, kumbaga Philippine partner of our foreign investor. Uh, ano yung term po ng partnership with the CRJ? Is this a long-term partnership or on a project base?
Oh boy, I like to answer this very fast, but I like to think very clearly as well. David is more of a friend than a partner.
Mhm.
And in fact, he never asked me. I imposed to David that my proposal is good enough for him to be attractive, to be able to focus in the Philippines as a CRJ Philippines. So meaning there's no proposal from his end, not even from my associates, but our company, we strongly believe with my team, and for the longest time, they are capable to do what David is needed in the Philippines. So with that confidence, I make a proposal, a presentation to David, and then in a week time or so, then here's in the Philippines.
And hopefully, na magkaroon tayo dito ng office base ng CRJ dito sa ating bansa.
Correct. Actually, we already prepared a unit for CRJ Capital Philippines in a team because it's already been available.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yes, and then one of your question I really want to answer. We are here for good. Just imagine we've been friends for almost half a decade, or more than half a decade rather, and then for the business, just like when my father started, 1960s, and I started as early as 18 years old. I already signing an SEC, but I started at
Wow.
the bottom fourth. I never put myself in a position as an owner, but rather to the lowest possible category of a position of a family member.
Nakikita ko dito, no, Sir Yana, you are putting a lot on this project. David is also putting a lot on this investment. Coming to our country, napakalaking bagay po sa atin to. Dahil with our economy, kailangan na natin ito to sustain jobs and business in our country. Kasi kanina napag-usapan natin na maraming magagaling dito sa atin. Filipinos are hardworking, the hospitality, the talent, the skill, especially the communication wise. But our good Filipino workers umaalis ng bansa dahil sa kakulangan ng trabaho, dahil yung kanilang talent ay hindi na ganun nabibigyan ng tamang compensation. Sa tingin niyo, sir, etong partnership na to, sabi nga, hindi lang pala siya basta partnership. It's a partnership, not only a business, but as a friend. So malaki yung malaki yung foundation because sometimes our friend, we trust them not just a friend, just like a family, a brother to us. So we are putting a lot. We don't just invest money, we invest time, we invest our heart, and we invest our faith. So ano po yung na-feature nito, sir? Ano yung nakikita nito with the partnership of RTN, BCF, and CRJ Capital Partners that this project, if mag-push through, will be a very, very successful project in our countrymen and, of course, our economy magbe-benefit from this.
It's definitely going to be a boom, a bonanza. Because one thing is very certain, David Nur is here for good. He's been here for almost 2 decades. He's keep on looking for the opportunity and the right partner, and we are being able to be privileged in that position. And then right now it's time to take that opportunity into action. That's why it just took us a week in terms of presentation and documentation and arrangement. It doesn't take us that long because it's already been there. But now it's time to do the action.
In short, kumbaga sa battle, we are ready to go to the battlefield, just waiting for the right and perfect time.
Excellent.
Sir, eto naman ang ang question. Siyempre, in any business and any project, may hindrance yan eh. Merong mga hurdles. So ano po yung mga nakikita nyo o may mga nadaanan na tayong hurdles so far for this project to be able to push through?
I know I like your question very much. I'm going to answer that clearly and honestly. There's a lot of foreign investors that been, well, in a bad situation because of a lot of things that occurred, and they being disappointed. That's the reason why I created the RTN BCF to specifically do the due diligence, asset evaluation, finance, accounting, auditing, taxation, everything a company from a foreign side or even for the local that need the expertise of a company that third party that going to be enter into contract, for them to shorten the time to outsource our services, for them to fulfill what they needed on a on the highest level and global opportunity among our countrymen. That's, and in fact we have more OFW in our group.
Wow.
Yep.
Because
Currently right now.
basically OFW knows the ins and outs of this kind of project because OFWs experience the life abroad, living their family, doing the jobs, the sacrifices. So I can say it from from my heart because I used to
Likewise.
be an OFW. I
Likewise.
used to work for almost 6 years abroad, and sabi ko nga kanina kay Sir David, kung merong opportunity dito, hindi na natin kailangan umalis. Sir, eto, ano yung time frame na tinitingnan natin na magsimula ito if it's this will push through everything approved, sabi niyo na. So basically, RTN BCF, kayo yung pinaka magiging focal office, focal point dito sa Pilipinas handling this project in behalf of our in behalf of CRJ. Tama po ba?
Understood. Not only that, sir. Uh, RTN BCF already done his assignment, and now we're going to become a CRJ Capital Philippines.
Oh.
So it's like plug and play because we're already.
Okay.
Yep,
So it's already there.
correct, sir.
In short, kumbaga sa well, anything na parang eto na, we're ready. We're just waiting for the go signal.
Oh,
We're just
yes.
waiting for the green light.
Yes.
Okay, sir, would you mind be a bit of give me you mind to give me an example kasi nabanggit nga ni Sir David na the CRJ putting project investment on the different kinds of project to help to boost the economy especially. Meron po bang parang kayo personally may specific gusto na matutukan natin or mai-address natin na for us to help the our countrymen, mga kababayan natin and maboost yung economy. Kasi alam naman natin, nabanggit ko kasi kanina na isa sa pinakamalaking problema kung isu-survey natin the top problem is the traffic. Kaya meron po ba kayo gusto or specific na project na tutukan para pag-alatan ng nitong project na to?
Perfect question. We defined 5 items in our commitment, meaning all the RTN BCF and CRJ Capital Philippines have a commitment in 5 things. First, the project should be national in scope. Second, will benefit Filipino in the areas of these businesses that to be put up, especially for the micro, medium, small, medium enterprise.
Mm, definitely.
Yeah, because they are the 97% composition of our businesses in the Philippines, and most of them doesn't even reach 5 years in existence.
Because of the financial capability and the know-hows to make the project long.
Correct. That's part. That's one part of. And then third, the benefit for the for the benefit of the community. So we need to also do the CSR, and at the same time, this is the most important thing for me. Our economy with our good president already showed that he goes up to the country, he reached other investors to bring those investment in the Philippines. He
Yes.
got one particular statement that I like most. It should be a immediate impact in the Philippines. So we cannot take longer, let's say, a year or two, a project to start. But of course, the project is always for the long term.
Yes, yes, definitely. Okay, hindi naman na pag sinimula mo, ayan na kaagad. Pero kumbaga, mahabang proseso ang dinadaanan. Pero what we are saying, once a project start, ready na tayo, ready na kaagad. And definitely, magbe-benefit ng ating mga kababayan dyan.
Correct. That's the reason why our objective is for the business before it start, we already there. If already been a existing company, we can be a consultant so we could see
Mm.
through and through what their company is all about, what there are needs, so we can address it specifically. And at the same time, for the long term, we already have a cooperative that we talking with for the couple of years,
Mm.
and then there are plentiful that wanted to be back in the Philippines to work. They are the most specialized and industrious people.
Yes, exactly. Or like a lot of good doctors, nurses is working abroad. If this project, kung matouch isa sa mga project na especially na mention din ni Sir David, and I totally agree with him na health and education is one of the most important thing na dapat nating bibigyan ng pansin. So, yung mga project po ba ay connected on this?
Definitely. I also like to add the peace and order.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
With the three components, we are looking for the stability of the environment the country in general, and also the perspective of the investors, because we're doing a funding for our group of companies for the longest time, and we've seen how it goes from the perspective of the investors, from the perspective of the investing company, and our secret that been in place for the longest time is the talents. These talented people, I'm so amazed. I really praise them so much because they are the backbone. They are the best people to put in place for these projects.
Siyempre kasi ang ating sabi nga, we're proud to be a Filipino. Uh, ano tayo yung ready tayo and madali tayong mag-adapt sa system, madali tayong mag-adapt sa mga bagay-bagay, and we are easy to learn kung ano yung mga dumarating sa atin, and sabi yun, kasi dahil nga very hardworking tayo mga Pilipino.
Tama, sabi nga sa atin, lagi tayong overqualified.
Yan sumusobra doon
Lagi
sa
overqualified tayo.
sa requirement.
And
Actually,
underpaid.
yun. And sana, yun ang isa mabigyan ng pansin. And we are hoping with the partnership of RTN BCF and CRJ na talagang mapagtulungan, mapalaki ang ating economy.
Correct.
Okay.
And with that, the direction, the decision, and the mandate of CRJ Capital Australia and also CRJ Capital Philippines will be aligned. But at the same time, we're doing our own part how to support the CRJ Philippines from our own end, meaning we're going to be totally dependent to CRJ Australia because we want to put in place that CRJ Capital Philippines also can stand on its own in proper time.
Sir, before we go to our segment break, okay, I have a question on you, another question. Ano po yung na-visualize mo at nakikita mo dito sa proyekto nito? Once na mag-start, ano yung pinaka-ultimate na goal na pwedeng maging output ng project?
Thank you for that. When I look at the number of Philippine government projects in the pipeline, there are hundreds of them. So we're going to check each one of them, which going to be much of the direction and approval of CRJ Capital Australia, headed by Mr. David Noor. So with that, we're going to tackle what is needed, and we're going to put things all together to be able to reach a recommendation and for the approval of the Mr. David Noor. Only by then we're going to take into action, but we're going to prepare a lot. So meaning we're going to look for the economy of the Philippines in general, what will be the best to be able to be in place to address and tackle immediately, and to have a immediate impact for that projects. It might be from, I totally agree with David, infrastructure,
Definitely, definitely.
power, those initial big projects already available and keep on growing the Philippines. So we're also looking for other support projects and services.
All right, sir. Interesting ang ating mga pinag-usapan, especially the partnership of CRJ and the RTN BSF. But before that, we're going to a short break. Babalik po tayo.